High top sports where the takes don't miss. The prof with the stats, the champ with the fist. Water bringing fire, cowboy, tie riding bold. Bulls calling bets, watch the stories unfold. And it's truly eyebrows running the show.
It's Hot Top Sports, baby. Let's get it. Let's go. Good morning. Good evening. Good afternoon. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Good to see you. Welcome back to High Top Sports. We had ourselves a dilemma that happened yesterday on the show with Mensah being released from his contract, and he's already committed to his new school, which, of course, is Miami University, which we will discuss that. We'll talk about that, the impact of that for Miami and how it impacts the transfer portal. Florida hosting some more five-star guys, some more number one players in their respective position this weekend. The boys keep cooking. We'll talk about this offensive line coach, Troutwine, and just what he's doing different that has you all juiced up and jazzed up here in Florida. Some target rules that could change college football landscape next year, which I think is good. I think that was, if there's one thing us college fans can all come together and agree on, it was some of these target rules were a bit egregious. We think back to the Major Wright days where he probably wouldn't even be allowed to play football if with the new rules that are established today. We had Cody the Prof joining us here on this beautiful morning. Careful, got switches. Cody, how you doing, big guy?
Good. Feeling good.
Tell me how many LBs were down, big guy.
10 pounds. So super excited.
Absolutely.
Feel like I got a little bounce, a little energy. You know, it's funny. Larry Cox commented, "Remember when Cody would smash a cold one early in the morning? God, I miss high carb Cody. Yeah, no carbs. No carb Cody right now. Okay."
Oh man, bro. Hold on, boys. I can trigger this.
No, knows the brew. Knows the brew.
Boy.
Oh,
I
man.
remember those days.
Damn, that was good. That was good.
Blurry.
We're ready for that. We're ready for that. Where are you, coaches?
I wasn't ready. Yeah. Got a little gym session this morning, 5:30 a.m. So Tiff woke up and came with me. So, you know.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Listen. It's infectious, man. I love it. Yep. Good stuff, buddy. Proud of you, man. Keep it up. No. We'll have to get a no carb song, no carb and no drinking song. It'll be Professor knows the.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing water reviews. This one sucks. It's pure life.
We see. Yeah, it bro. Water has a taste, does it not?
Bro, Dasani is pool water. Like, okay, can we start this show with some water talk this morning?
Yeah, I would love to do like the trendy things that have like the little straws around like the cardboard box, and you're sipping through the straws to figure out what tastes like what. You know what I'm talking about? Like, have you seen those on the internet?
Why don't we just do that when we're down? When I'm down, we do
that could be one of our competitions.
Yes, know the water.
That'll be electric to watch. Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, that'll be one of our Olympic competitions for the spring game. I wanted to do it. I was saying I could do pizza. Like that was one, like if you put like Domino's, Pizza Hut, Little Caesars, a frozen pizza, and I blindfold tasted, I think I could crush. And I think I could do French fries too. Like if you gave me like 5 fast food restaurants like Chick-fil-A, McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the shape and the texture is pretty easy with those.
That's what I feel like. Yeah, I would even say a burger. I feel like I could like fast food burgers. I say this and then I'm like, I don't know. That's a good thing.
Yep, on the carnivore diet. Yep, feeling good, feeling great. Got through the little shakiness, the keto flu, but you know.
How much is the Cody shuffle? When you get Cody back into his.
Yeah, Cody shuffles off the thing until I can at least have a 4-pack. Okay.
Dasani should be illegal. Yeah, it's absolutely. You literally feel like you're drinking chemicals.
It's chemical. Like you feel like you're tasting.
It's like pool water. Yeah. I'd rather drink pool water. I think at that rate. All right, boys. Let's get after it. These shows are always out of control. Let's see. Gators chose the best time to run from Miami. I'm not afraid of Miami. Go make a video about it again, Hurricane 2Y. Look, they've done it. They got themselves a nice little quarterback here in Darian Mensah, which we just were reading before the show. A whopping $10 million is what the package, they're saying this package is being some. Now, when this all kind of broke out, that was the thing that took it by storm. That kind of got shut down pretty quickly, but it was about how much it was going to cost, right? Because his buyout, and then it was like obviously him getting $6 million on top of family things, whether it be a house and a car for his mother, all that stuff, which I guess that's all alluding to about $10 million. And again, here's the thing, and this is going to translate into a topic for today too, which I've seen on the internet a lot as of lately of like, there's no point of recruiting a quarterback anymore. Like there's no point of developing, because even if you do land a good one, like think about Deuce Knight to Auburn, like Ole Miss got him. So they paid that. I mean, DJ Lagway, that Baylor. I mean, there's for every good success story, there's a good story too, probably. I think Arch is a rarity. Like what Arch did to Texas doesn't happen anywhere else. You're not going to see that. Georgia seems to do pretty well with keeping their guys. They haven't lost anybody from the quarterback room. Like they've all stayed. Not Gunnar Stockton. The other cat that went to Kentucky, but he was at like, they got like 3 quarterbacks. And I was like, okay, you're not going to work, so you can go ahead and move on. It wasn't like they lost out on anybody. Now they are going to be in a predicament, I would say, probably next year with, I think, what is it, Ryan Montgomery and Ryan Puglisi, because Gunnar Stockton will be gone, and those 2 guys are probably going to be ready to go. So I don't know how much they'll be able to stockpile on that. I think that's why they didn't land the Vanderbilt guy either. But Dylan Raiola left Nebraska, but he's leaving there to go sit somewhere, which is even crazier. So the thought is like, well, we can talk about the $10 million first. Is he worth $10 million? Well, we all made fun of them for paying Carson Beck, what was it, 4 to 5, which at that time
that was a steal.
Yeah, now, right? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, $10 million. Jesus. Well, that's a lot of money.
It's inflation. So you see the price of silver?
Yeah, I hear you. That's a lot. That's a lot of money to not win a natty. You can't tell me that team's going to be any better than the team, this past team, and the team before that with Cam Ward.
I mean, the thing. I mean, we say that, but here's the thing, right? If I told you, hey, you're going to pay $10 million for a quarterback, but you're guaranteed a playoff spot, would you take it?
They're in the ACC. They shouldn't have to pay. They shouldn't have to pay a quarterback $10 million to get a playoff spot.
They're scheduled at once, and here's the thing about
their schedule's a cake.
I was thinking about this. It was like, oh, they don't play anybody. How many? Like Dave love pushing that narrative. Myself included. They hadn't played anybody, and people said about Indiana all year long. Hey, they didn't play anybody. Well, the 2 teams that didn't play anybody all year long ended up playing for the most important game of the football season. So, how important is it to play anybody? All you got to make sure to do is you make the dance. Well, because guess what? Everyone that played everybody didn't make it. Everyone that had to play somebody all season long, they had a hard schedule, they didn't make it because their record didn't go elsewise.
Miami didn't almost make it either. They got gifted in. They got it was like a what do you call it when they have like cancer kids and stuff and they do a trip. They were the Make-A-Wish team. I mean, Miami was the goddamn Make-A-Wish team.
I mean, they made do of it though. They made do of it. So, look, Florida's schedule is much more, I would say, complimentary headed into next year than what it has been in the past 4 years. And I like a good schedule. Like I like a nice little dogfight. But I don't know if there's anything like in all reality. Miami had 2 losses, right? And then you had Vanderbilt that had what, 2 or 3? How many did Vanderbilt have?
3.
Was it 3?
Yep.
Are we sure?
I can look.
And I know Texas was had 3 for a fact, and I think we can all agree that Texas' schedule was much harder than Miami, and so if the schedule's weight had so much,
they were 10-2 at the time. They won a bowl game. Yeah,
Vanderbilt.
So 10-2. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Oklahoma,
so a 2-loss Vanderbilt. The 2-loss Vanderbilt didn't get over Miami.
Yeah.
Well, and we can all say that Vanderbilt schedule was much harder than Miami. Now, I don't think it was like night and day different. And someone made a good point. Like if Vanderbilt had the logo of Florida, if Vanderbilt had the Bama logo, they're in. And so the whole strength of schedule thing, it don't mean shit. It don't mean anything.
You're actually better off to have a weak schedule and a weak conference because they don't penalize you.
There's no penalty for playing because, and again, you really can't have it because it's not your fault on what your conference you're in. You don't control that. And this is why I've said a handful of times now. People are like, "Oh, this person's going to go to this school. This person's going to leave that school." Why? Why would Dan leave the Big Ten? What's the benefit for Dan Lanning leaving the Big Ten? The guy's had a spot in the playoffs every year. He was a Final Four. He was a game away. He lost to another Big Ten team, so it wasn't like a team that he played. It wasn't like he got outmanned by a team out of another conference. He didn't get bullied by anybody else. He beat the other super team that's spending money. So, and he's got a direct line. Didn't have to play in the Big Ten championship. Just roll right on in. Had the easiest seat because he got to play. He got the warm up game against JMU.
The ACC is about like being the G5 winner. Like, truthfully.
Right now? Yeah. I mean, you're getting a free spot. You got nobody you're playing. Rolling right on in.
And this is the problem. Everybody was saying, these conferences have to have a auto bid. No, it should be the 12 best teams. And if we go to 14, it should be the 14 best teams. And if we go to 16, it should be the 16 best teams.
That's the problem.
I don't care. I don't care if it's 12 SEC teams. It doesn't bother me.
That's my point, though, is that it's like, how do you justify which conference is better? And I think that's a reasonable like question of like, how do you, because here's the thing, like, oh, we say the SEC is better, but let's be honest. The SEC got rocked. The SEC got bullied, brother. I mean, look,
down year.
Yeah.
Down year.
I mean, so
ACC got bullied too, though.
12 best teams. Again, it's hard to know like who are your like. Again, that's why it's like the. I mean,
Miami couldn't even sell out for a national championship game at their own home.
That was wild.
There was. I think that place holds 80,000.
Look. So this is where we got to sometimes separate from like fandom and like logical conversation, because them not being able to sell out has nothing to do with whether or not they deserve to be there or not, right? Like that doesn't really coincide with one another. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I understand what you're saying from that perspective, but that doesn't have anything to do with whether or not they deserve to be there because their fans didn't want to show up. This guy here says you're a bunch of pissed off. I mean, nobody's angry, bud. I think I'm actually. I know Miami fans. The brain cells are you're sucking a lot of air and trying to get there. I'm actually in support of what you guys are doing. I just use your ears for 2 seconds. Take a deep breath. Okay, pull your head out your ass, and let's have a conversation, big fella. All right. So nobody's angry here.
Let's be honest. I think Notre Dame should just go into the ACC. They'd run the conference every single year. Why not?
Yeah.
You get the auto bid. You're going to play teams like Wake Forest and Miami's good this year, but they still don't have an ACC championship. They haven't been dominant. They literally got in by some committee magic rule picking.
Yeah,
because
SEC,
technically, if we want to be technical, the ACC champion should have got in, which would have been Duke. Technically.
Not technically, no.
They were the champ. The champ is supposed to get the auto bid.
No. The five.
But they were so bad. Duke was so bad. Duke was so bad that they couldn't even get in after winning the conference.
Well, no, because they were the 5 highest rated. They weren't the highest rated. So technically, they weren't supposed to get.
I understand that, but the champion should get in. The champion of the conference should get in.
But then you just took back. You're saying the 12 best teams.
I'm saying right now, under last year's deal, the ACC champion should have got in, which would have been Duke, truthfully. But nobody wanted to watch Duke.
No, that wasn't. But that's what you're misunderstanding. That wasn't how it should have went last year. It's your 12 highest rated conference champions.
Yeah, Miami should have actually won the games that they were supposed to win and actually win an ACC championship.
To be honest with you, it's not. I don't think it's Miami's fault. It's the ACC's fault. But how they decide who plays in the ACC championship game. That's another issue. It's not. Because the tiebreaker was the problem. That was what caused.
If Miami is such a juggernaut, they should have just won out the whole conference.
I agree with you too, but it wasn't like that Duke won more ACC games. They whatever the tiebreaker was, which was I'm pretty sure whoever won the last ACC championship, which Miami doesn't have one, was what caused Duke to get in. And I understand your point too, but there still was a bit of an issue. I do agree though that the 9-game schedule, the SEC kind of I would say bowed down. Like that doesn't benefit the SEC at all. There's no benefit. There's no benefit to the SEC for playing a harder schedule. At all. It beats each other up. Because they get rid of essentially an out of conference game by doing that. Which, look, I mean, Florida didn't really utilize that fourth out of conference game. I mean, our schedule was a gauntlet. I mean, you think about it, we had USF, who was possibly going to be one of the spots in the playoffs, and we should have beat USF. But either way, it was still a hell of a out of conference game. Then Miami, then FSU. And we had one cupcake game. So we're used to this. Florida is used to just getting their teeth kicked in and having week after week be gauntlets. But I think and here's the thing where I think we're all like saying like, hey, SC is stronger. If you are a team like Miami fans and you had to choose to play 9 SEC games next year or 9 ACC games next year, what are you picking?
They're not playing 9 SEC games.
No. If I could pick 9 ACC games and I know I'm going to go have a chance to play, I'm playing 9 ACC games.
Yep.
Now, I do think that we still get a little bit of a benefit, the SEC does, because, again, Bama with 3 losses was in.
I think the Big 12 is a harder conference than the ACC right now.
I've been saying that. So. But. Yeah, I don't know. But from a standpoint that I also want to talk about too is again him collecting $10 million. I think we got a little bit off topic of is this the way to go? Is recruiting and developing a quarterback useless? I mean, if we think about your final 4 teams, like let's eliminate it like that. Your final 4 teams were all transfer quarterbacks. Dante Moore, who went somewhere and got playing time and then sat behind like that. That to me is probably like there's levels. You recruit a guy and you develop him and he sticks with you the whole way through, or you do with the Oregon blueprint where it's like we're gonna recruit you we're gonna go and get a 5-star guy that went somewhere to be the big guy year 1, didn't work out. They're gonna sit a year behind the other 5-star guy that we took from somewhere else, and we're gonna kind of develop him. Or you do what obviously Miami and others are doing, where you just go buy the most experienced guy in the portal. And those are your 3 options. So you had Oregon that had their own blueprint, but still was a portal guy. Of course, Indiana and Fernando Mendoza, who was a hot commodity last year. Trinidad Shamlish, who was not a hot commodity, but was still a portal guy. And then, of course, Carson Beck, which was the highest paid quarterback.
I think it's just because we had a down year in quarterback play. Definitely.
Why do we have a down year, bud?
Young.
Nobody's staying around because all these 5-star cats want to play right away. They get paid $9 million as a true freshman, and so when you get paid $3.5 million as a true freshman, the expectation is you better play, cat. If you're going to take up a fifth of my roster from a financial perspective, you have to play ball. You're not going to just sit here, and nobody is willing to sit. So you're going to continue to have that. It's not like all of a sudden these 5-star quarterbacks are going to just figure it out. Or all of a sudden, because here's the thing, none of them have stayed anywhere. So what you just said,
I don't even. I'm not even worried about 5-star quarterbacks because none of them that you mentioned, minus the worst one, was a 5-star quarterback.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't care about 5-star quarterbacks. They never pan out. When's the last one that panned out?
That's my point. You're backing my point of like why put the effort into recruiting a 5-star quarterback?
Well, you don't. I don't think you do. I think Gunnar Stockton looked very good this year. He sat. You look at Dante.
You think the idea is you go get like a 4-star guy that's low that understands they're going to sit.
Absolutely. I still think that's the proven way to win.
So 5-star quarterbacks are a waste.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
Unless it's a hometown kid, he's going to give you a deal, and he's not going to suck up a bunch of NIL money. Which
Yeah, because let's.
I don't know how
let's,
humble you're going to be as a 5-star quarterback.
let's
I
do
don't
some-
remember. I don't
let's play a
remember the
game.
last 5-star quarterback to have super success. I mean, Arch looked better at the end of the year, but golly, he was miserable.
Well, I mean,
in
I
the
wouldn't
beginning
count
and all.
him. I mean, I wouldn't count that success. I mean, he's He's going to his 4th year. I mean,
Mhm.
my goodness.
And he played behind a guy that, and we saw why he couldn't beat out the guy that didn't get drafted.
Yeah. There was a reason why. 100%. Let's pull up the last few quarterbacks, 5-star quarterbacks, and see where they're at now. If they're even at their home
You're
of
stuck,
where they started.
and I love
Huh?
it. You're stuck.
Am I?
You
It's
are.
it's only because when I go over there, you can still hear me though, right?
Yeah, crystal clear.
Yeah, everyone says, yeah. I don't know why it's doing that. It's when I click off this page.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Position, quarterback. Look, the
What
number one
years-
quarterback
what
for
year is that?
2020. It's 2026.
Yeah, go to like 2020.
How crazy! So here's how crazy this is. Okay, it's already starting. I don't even remember hearing these two cats' names. The number one
Yeah.
quarterback in the class, the number one overall player went to Houston, bro.
I know Faison, but I don't.
I didn't hear a word about Keyshawn Henderson.
Jared Curtis, I just know because he was a Georgia.
Yeah, that
commit
was
and
a
then
big
flipped.
one. Diabell,
Diabell, I remember him.
Ryder Lyons, I remember hearing him. Maybe this class was nowhere near what the other ones have been. The smoke's already dying. Let's go to 2025.
Go to
real quick.
2023.
We'll get there.
Okay.
Maybe. All right, we'll do 2024. I hate 247 site. It's such ass, bro. Golly, is it ass?
Go to on 3.
Yeah, right.
They pay the bills
Golly.
around here, don't they?
It's so bad, bro. So bad.
Yeah, they've really fallen.
Drives me batty, bro. Like that stupid block. Like, what are we doing, brother? All right. This is a little better. It's just kind of small, but
You gotta zoom in.
see?
Hit the zoom.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we can see it now.
All right. All these damn ads. All right. So quarterback, that's 2026. Oh, they have Jared Curtis number 1. So we'll go 25 real quick. All right. So Bryce Underwood, obviously he's still at Michigan. So is Keelan Russell. Tavion St. Clair, haven't heard. I'm assuming he's still there. Houston's already gone. So the 4th quarterback's already left USC. He's at LSU.
Yep.
Then
Deuce
Deuce Knight, he's at Ole Miss. He's gone. Jaron, he left before he even got to Oregon. He's at California. I bet he'll be gone next year. Mark my words, he'll be gone out of California next year. Julian Lewis is at Colorado. He'll probably gone next year. I don't know about this kid here, Bryce Baker. And at that point, now we're getting into 4 stars. Matt Zollers, he's still there.
Yep, he's good.
Yeah, he's pretty solid. And Ryan Montgomery is still there. And George McIntyre left, didn't he?
Yep.
And so did AJ Hill.
I think Achilles Smith Jr. left too.
All right, so that's 2025. And then you look at 2024. Lagway's gone. Julian Sayin, he left Alabama after first year. Dylan's gone. Chromahoke's gone. Aaron Nolan's gone. CJ Carr is still there and balling out. Walker White, didn't he leave too?
I think so.
Ethan Grunkmeyer is gone. Puglasi is still there, like I just said. Will Hammond is an absolute unit. Is it Merklinger? Isn't he gone?
Yes.
Yeah, he's gone too. Damon Williams, obviously he left Arizona.
Yep.
Like the entire class is gone.
Yeah.
They've all left. They all left. And then we'll do 2023, which we'll see. Arch is still there. Dante Moore left. Nico left. Jackson left. Malachi Nelson left. Jaden Rashada left. Eli Holston left. Avery Johnson stayed. Austin Novosad just left. I don't know JJ Cole. I think he left as well. Aiden Childs probably. I think yes, he left.
He's transferred twice.
Aiden, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michigan State's
Kenny
quarterback
Minchie
this
is
last
gone. Austin Mack is at Alabama.
Yeah.
Illinois Sellers is still there. Austin Simmons is gone. Marcel Reed's still there. Bro, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's,
Boy, and the evaluations were way off the last couple of years too, by the way.
There's no point of recruiting a quarterback. And you see there's a few, like you said, honestly, there's a middle pack of like the 4-star guys that worked out. Like there's like 1 or 2 or 3 of them. Hopefully that's Will Griffin. Will Griffin, I would say, fits into your mold of like hometown kid, right?
Yeah.
And wants to, we'll ride it out and understand what it takes. But if you're Will Griffin, you either gotta be an absolute unit or you're not playing for 2 years.
Yep.
Like you have to have that mindset. Like I'm not saying that he has to accept not playing. That's not what I'm saying. But if he plays this year or next year, then we were completely off with our evaluation of Trammell and Philo, which is another issue, right? Or what should happen if it's done right is he doesn't play for 2 years. Well, him being Will Griffin. And that's okay if he's willing to sit for 2 years. And I don't mean that, again, that's not a negative thing towards him. Like, again, if he, for whatever reason, knocks our socks off. But ideally, Trammell or Philo take the reins this year, and they're not going anywhere. They're not going to do enough to leave this year. You're not going to keep both of them. So next year, you're going to head into next year with only one of those guys and possibly Will Griffin. Like, that's where you're at.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, keeping that in mind, why even recruit a quarterback? Why even waste
you definitely
your
have
time?
to recruit them, but not.
Why?
I don't think that high because you need depth. You still need arms in the.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You need to buy.
Give me.
I can go.
Give me like
buy.
45 seconds. I got to pee like a racehorse.
You could.
I'm sorry.
Very good.
Drink a lot of water.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy to sorry. I mean, like when you look at it like that, like there's none of the quarterbacks have stayed. None of them stayed. So we'll see. We'll see how it all plays out. But the whole point of it is that, we're kind of giving Miami flack for always renting a quarterback every year. But now I do believe that eventually that market will shrivel up. I do think that is a factor that you have to consider. And so once it starts to shrivel up, where do you find yourself if it does shrivel up? So we'll see. Joining the gym today. Thanks for the motivation, Prof. Let's go, Jeremy. Look at that. Making changes, baby. Almost 500 people in here. Y'all be smash the like button, subscribe. Shelton, y'all are basically saying we should do what Miami does, but give them hell for it. I'm not giving hell to anybody. I don't think I've given them hell. Last year I did. Yeah, I gave him flack. I asked the question, is he worth $10 million? But I haven't been giving him hell at all. Dave gives hell to Miami just because for waking up in the morning. But I don't believe that I've been giving. That's what I was just saying to the Miami guy. I was like, hey, we want to laugh and poke fun of how they're rocking, but it's not. Miami's not the only one doing this. Miami isn't the only one that is. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, Miami isn't the only one that is doing the rent a quarterback thing. I mean, Indiana's doing it again, right? So obviously Lane Kiffin is doing it once again. His entire room is rented, and he if you look at what he did, he's kind of doing a little bit of the Oregon style by going and getting Husan Longstreet, a 5-star quarterback that's willing to sit for a year. That's kind of, he's taking a little bit of both of like, I'm renting a quarterback and I'm still getting a once 5-star guy, but paying a 5-star quarterback year one money who's not going to play, who could play, but you're not going to be successful. You have a ceiling. There is no 5-star quarterback. We have seen some of the best on paper 5-star quarterbacks come out in the last couple of years. None of them have been impactful enough to where it's worth giving them $3.5 million. And if what LSU did is go get like a guy like Husan Longstreet, where he probably takes a little bit of a pay cut to come sit behind somebody for a year. But it's just a thought.
I don't think every guy's gonna do that. It's got to be the right coach, the right system, and a proven developer of quarterbacks. Like that guy isn't going to. I'm trying to think of a non-quarterback friendly. Like that guy's not going to go to FSU and go sit and wait.
Well, you
Because
have
they
the right
haven't
spot.
You haven't. I think certain coaches that are good at whispering quarterbacks and developing quarterbacks and getting them to the league and putting up crazy stats are going to get deals like that. That's what happens when you develop quarterbacks at a high rate. Lincoln Riley,
Yeah, they're able to get away
obviously
with certain things.
they're able to, because those guys that maybe started and got absolutely their ego crushed in, or guys that maybe got there and then didn't get a chance and they were a 5-star, and you think of a guy like Deuce Knight that didn't play a whole lot of meaningful snaps, and Aaron Nolan, like those guys were very, very good, but they just didn't get their chance in college. Yeah, they're probably like if Lincoln Riley or Lane Kiffin or one of these quarterback gurus calls you, you're probably like gonna sit down and consider, yeah, I might have to sit a year, but I'm gonna get developed, and I'm definitely gonna be able to air it out when I get my chance. And it's about having the pieces around you also.
You guys are saying the $10 million for Mensah is over 3 years. The cat ain't got 3 years left.
Yeah.
He's already played 2 years of football, if not 3.
Well, let's see.
He was gonna go to the NFL this year. It's like he was deciding whether or not. Yeah, he's
my ass. It's a 1 year.
He's a redshirt sophomore, so it could be 2 years. Could be 2 years. And we've seen how contracts work. Look, my thing is that no quarterback should make $10 million. That's a reasonable feeling to have,
unless somebody's willing to pay it.
If someone's willing to pay it, then it is what it is. That's why I asked Cody. I was like, would you pay Tim if you knew you were guaranteed a playoff spot? Would you give your quarterback $10 million? And I say that because we gave them flack for paying $5 million to Carson Beck last year, and although he wasn't the greatest thing since sliced bread, he for damn sure gave them stability at that room. That's all that I'm saying.
Yeah.
So,
no, and I understand that. But, this is Miami's going to live and die by this. This is what they do. This is their model. This is what they've had success doing. If it's sustainable for their budget, whatever. It's not. Who am I to judge?
Look, I think the best avenue is probably a middle ground. Where, look, to be honest with you, Florida went and got a Porter quarterback. They went and got a guy that had experience. So they kind of did that with Aaron Philo, right? Because the Mensah kid that went from Notre Dame to Nebraska, very similar situation. Not as shiny, so we didn't have to pay as much for him. But you're getting an experienced quarterback that's been in the league, that's been sitting behind somebody. It'd be no different than like what Oregon did with Dante Moore this year. He sat at Oregon for a year and sat behind Dylan Gabriel. This cat just sat behind Haynes King, right? I'm not saying that Aaron Philo is Dante Moore, but in the scheme of it and how it looks. But the thing with Miami, if he goes down, they've literally got nothing back there, like nothing at all.
No.
They
got a freshman.
They got
got a freshman.
Yeah. And I think what LSU is doing is very similar to Oregon. That is your ideal situation. You get an experienced guy, you bring in a high talented recruit, and behind that they have an older guy, that another experienced guy like a Harrison Bailey type situation to fulfill the room. So that room, in my opinion, is probably, look. Here's the thing: it's the new age of college football. You have to adjust. That's the idea of it.
I think every team is up against their own set of circumstances. Not all the team have the same amount of money in NIL and collective and boosters. Not all, hell, even not every team has the same eligibility to get into the university. There's still universities out there it's very tough to get in, and it hurts their football programs. I think that there's 1,000 ways to skin this cat, and I think if you just get a pretty good coach and you can hit on some pieces and you develop the trenches pretty well, you're going to win a bunch of games.
Agreed. I don't think you need to sell the farm. I mean, because think about it. Is Mensah the best quarterback? And here's what people don't realize. Is he worth $10 million? No. But Miami was put into a position where they had to overspend because their blueprint put them into a corner.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the part that, and again, I don't know, the chat is in shambles right now. I know it's fun to kind of like talk shit, but I think there's also like I like to have healthy dialogue and healthy conversations. So there's plenty of time to troll. So that's where it's hard to sell like what's happening. But I just, again, I do think there is a shift that's happening where we just showed you proof of the last 3 years recruiting a quarterback, a top tier guy. Because that's recruiting money that you're spending that could be going towards 5-star tackles or 5-star wide receivers, freshman wide receivers who have had more of an impact early on. Even great edge players who can actually impact your team right away and be impactful. You are right now to pay a 5-star quarterback. You're just paying that guy to just take up space, or you're paying that guy to do what DJ Lagway did and cause chaos on your team because everybody's like, we have a 5-star guy. Why isn't he playing? Because he's not ready. That's why he's not playing. And if you don't have stability in the quarterback room and you bring in a 5-star quarterback, then that's what's going to happen. So the one good thing about with Will Griffin is that because he wasn't this high, shiny 5-star, they're going to be calling for Trammell before we call for anybody. But if Will Griffin was the number 1 quarterback in the country, my gosh, it would be chaos. Yeah. If any quarterback before him showed any slight of not ready, that we're calling for.
Yeah, I think that's factual. I think that I think unless you're a program that you're gonna spend your money and blow your wad at a 5-star quarterback, I don't think it's the way to go. I think that thanks, Jason. Yeah, appreciate it. On diet. I think that there's some schools that are willing to do that. After the DJ Lagway thing, I don't think we're willing to do that anymore. Definitely with John Summerall and company.
Who knows what the regime's going to do? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true too. But I just don't think it's necessary. Like, I haven't seen any of these generational quarterbacks be generational yet. Hell, Aaron Nolan hasn't even played, and he was supposed to be.
Wild.
I don't know who evaluated Rashada. I didn't have him that high, but golly, that cat, that was a bust in the making. So, why spend your money there when, let's be honest, why is Miami even good? It's because they've spent money in the trenches.
Yeah, they have spent money elsewhere. Look, I think, and I'm not saying their blueprint is perfect either. There is here's the thing is that the market's going to constantly shift. And I think that's the part you've got to figure out, because if you go all in on one area, then you're going to have a short area that you have to overcome and somehow, and that's spending $10 million on a quarterback. If you go all in on the quarterback and recruiting quarterbacks, then you struggle with developing and having to maintain them and keep them, and you're going to have growing pains. The problem with Florida is that now we're obviously starting over from a coaching perspective, so there isn't this lineage of quarterback development either. And I think that's why I do like Philo, because there is a little bit of consistency of that lineage of like, hey, this is who this coordinator has been working with and growing. If Philo it could be the Trask for Florida, because he's been in at least that coordinator system for 3 years, right? So that's why I am a fan of Philo, because it's not like he's just some, 1-year guy.
Well, and also, like I said, there's a million ways to skin this cat. You also have to be a proven. You got to have somebody in this. Listen, not everybody has somebody on the coaching staff that can develop quarterbacks. We saw that last year with us. Oklahoma they didn't even have a quarterback coach 2 years ago. Like, just because you have a quarterback coach doesn't mean he's very good, and he knows what he's doing, and he can develop quarterbacks at a high level. Those guys just aren't out there. Like, they're very few and far between. Like, truthfully.
I think what we'll start to see is the 5-star kid, the kid that committed to Houston. That's what you're going to see. 5-star kids are going to go to Houston, right? These smaller schools. They'll go to Memphis. They'll go to West Virginia, right? A Vanderbilt.
Maybe just stay with the hometown school.
They'll go for a year or two. Yeah. Yep. And then Lane will come scoop them up. Or Miami. That's what will happen.
Yeah. Which is fine. If that's
basically we're creating 2 leagues in one. We're college football. So you've got college football league, and then there's a minor league, right? And they all get to play each other, but it's like, hey, That's the second tier of high school now. That's what's going to be. And I think we saw the first transition already happening. The fact that there was very little conversation. I mean, we spoke more about the tackles and edge rushers from this class. And that's why what I just say, because those positions actually have impact right away. Right. Like they're worth the price, and they're going to play now. I mean, Jake Krull, Luke Waffle from USC, their edge rusher. He was the number one guy from this class. You heard more about Luke Waffle, the Drake Krulls of the world. Obviously committed to Oklahoma. I'm sure there's more that I can't think of right now. Jackson Cantwell, Felix Ocho,
David Stone a couple years ago.
Well, I'm just talking about this past year, though.
Yeah. But the edge rushers, for sure. Those guys. And now offensive tackles. Speaking of, this little polar blast everybody's crying about might have helped us in the recruiting game a little bit.
Yeah, let me play this clip here really quick. Great transition. We kind of took a long time on.
Well, that's what we do. We get sidetracked.
Yeah, it is what it is. Take a listen to this clip here talking about Troutwine from Jeff Cardozo from the 98.1 WRUF.
You guys will hear me hype up Phil Troutwine all the time because, I mean, we're close, and obviously I love Phil to death, but I think he's making a difference. Like, I want to see stud offensive linemen come here, and there hasn't been. And there was another picture that came out, and there was a junior that couldn't make it for junior day because he couldn't travel because of the weather, but the Gators were really coveting him, so Phil actually went to him and was there in his house because the kid couldn't travel to get here. So you're putting an emphasis on things like that. Like, he very easily could have said,
hey,
just come another weekend or whatever it might be, but it shows you the care and the want and the passion for what they're trying to do. So you guys will hear me hype up.
So what I love hearing about this is it's perfectly what we were just talking about. You got to recruit the trenches. And again, I don't know if the last regime just didn't take photos or care to, but I mean, John Summer, I don't think he has a house. I think he's just living in his airplane because that guy has been everywhere as of late, along with Troutwine. I don't think Troutwine touched foot in Gainesville outside of for junior weekend. The moment that guy announced that he was a Florida Gator was immediately on the recruiting trail. And that's what has me fired up more than anything, is that we went out there and we got somebody who is the hungriest, most motivated offensive line coach, I mean, at least that we have seen ever. So the guy has a hell of a tutelage of developing, but also has just hit the ground running from a recruiting perspective as well. And that's where it's going to be made, because he's going to develop you, which, and if Florida figures it out and realizes, like, hey, that's where the money needs to go. If you told me right now, hey, we're giving a freshman 5-star offensive tackle, if you land two of the tackles and you pay them both $5 million, or like a combined $5 million, bet, yes, please.
Yep.
Yes, please. And you go get me a 2028 reclassified 2027 quarterback in Champ Mons, who is 100% not going to start for 2 years and has to know that. And it's probably going to be your 10th, 12th, 13th best rated quarterback. It's not going to get a lot of eyeballs. You get to pay him at the league minimum. Yes, please. Yep. Yes, please.
What's the 5-star's name?
Max Healer.
Healer? He's going to be a Florida Gator. I'm bookmark it. Do whatever you do. Hot take. That cat's going to be a Florida Gator by the end of this thing.
Yeah, he got
tackle.
snowed in. Yeah, snowed in. Got to see how great it was in Florida. Even when it's cold,
you know what,
cold,
though?
buddy.
You know where it never snows? It's always sunny. It's always sunny in Gainesville.
It's always sunny in Somerville. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the chat's in shambles right now. I can't even. I don't know what they're just arguing about stuff. But speaking too, again, this backs up what I've been saying as well too. Easton Roll, the number 1 wide receiver, 5-star wide receiver. This is where he's like 5'10", I think, 5'11", little speedster.
I thought
this is where your money goes. And apparently John recruited the hell out of him while he was at Tulane. I mean, hey, shoot or shoot, you know what I mean? Doing everything he could do. And so he has a great relationship already with John, and now he's bringing him into Florida, where again, Texas is probably very heavily in the mix. But I like that Florida is not afraid, and John Summerall, and we shouldn't be, but obviously, look, we've kind of been a little conditioned to, we were kind of settling for stuff. I mean, we had 3 top tier linemen, linemen on campus this past weekend. For us to get 1 was like, hell yeah. And the last one we had was Felix Ocho, and I think he just came in, walked into the front office, and like, how much y'all paying me? And they go, yeah, right, and he left, and we never heard about it again.
Yep.
We're still hearing great things about the tackle visits that happened. No, do I think we'll go and land 5-star offensive linemen? No. If you land me 1, there seems to be 1 per class is where your sweet spot's going to be, and then you go get me 2 or 3 top 150 offensive 4-star guys, and then you probably go get 3 more top 250, top 300 offensive linemen, and then you'll be good to go. The next thing I would love to see is some big time trenches, some Colin Simmons-esque type dudes come on and visit. That's my next thing that I'm monitoring. What?
Hold on, wait a minute. Max Hiller's brother is a huge basketball recruit in 2028. Number 3 player in the nation. Can we get a little double dip? Double dip for the boys? Because we're going to be back-to-back defending national champs.
Yeah, for sure. No question.
So,
no question.
Come on down.
Yeah, we could see a little 1-2 punch there.
Oh, my God. Could you imagine?
Yeah, love that. Love that.
Oh, it gets me juiced up.
O-line and D-line is where to spend the cash. No question.
Yeah.
No question. Sure. And I think that's where I'm keeping an eye on to see how they continue to navigate the recruiting cycle this go around. And again, I think it's okay to go get top tier wide receivers as well. I think that's shown to be successful in the likes of your Ryan Wingos, your Cam Coleman, your Jeremiah Smiths, your Dallas Wilsons, like freshman wide receivers are valuable.
The 5-star wide receiver, whoever's doing that breakdown, they have that just absolutely pinned.
100%. They have it
absolutely they are striking it right down the fairway with those guys. Yeah. Offensive line, very hard. Quarterbacks, it's tough. Wide receivers, and it seems like
because the camps, man, those camps they get a very good gauge on the wide receivers. That's the one thing where those camps they're
linebackers too. Linebackers too, though. They're look at Miles Graham. Like usually the top linebackers work out.
So here were your 5 wide receivers from last year. You had Decorian Moore, who was great for Oregon. Leo Lockett from Texas, he was okay. Quincy Porter from Ohio State. That's a stacked room, but I still think he broke through a little bit. VB3's up there. Caleb Cunningham from Ole Miss was good. Dallas Wilson. Bro, we got 2 of the top 10 wide receivers last year. Crazy. Jamie French, he left. He didn't really pan out, but he wasn't a 5-star guy, so we can kind of cross that off. And then in 2024, you had Jeremiah Smith, Cam Coleman, Ryan Williams, Micah Hudson, TJ Moore, Gatlin Bear from Oregon, Ryan Wingo, Mylan Graham, Josiah Trader. He just transferred. But okay, you get the point. I mean, at least there was 10 of those top dudes.
Yeah,
that were worth it.
Yep,
that were worth it. I mean, you went 9 for 10 on your top 10 wide receivers that were like, and they were
one more year. Well, Bear, I think Bear's on a mission trip too, so he didn't even play.
Really?
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. 2023, Zachariah Branch. He's been great since he's been here. Jaron Dickey, he didn't really see the field too much.
Yep.
Jonte Cook, not so much. Heike Williams, not so much. Brandon Ennis was good. Colonel Tate was good. Malachi Coleman was okay from what I remember. This class wasn't the greatest class. They figured it out in 2024.
Yeah.
2023, those names were sexy. They just didn't really pan out at their respective school.
Cook isn't. It's not the athletic ability. It's up in the
it's different.
Him.
Yeah,
that kid.
That's true.
I mean, that kid could take over a game. That kid could be a world-class wide receiver. But
I keep freezing when I click off for some reason.
Yeah. Kissing the baseball.
Watch party tonight for basketball, 9:00 game.
I have to work.
It's right in the middle of the best day of the week, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Are they playing? They're playing like Colgate or something, right? I saw it behind me earlier.
Colgate, the toothpaste.
Yeah, playing the toothpaste. This is some good news actually.
Yep.
They're looking into changing the targeting rule for college football. not making it as punitive, right? Not making it as severe as what it is now.
Yeah,
which it got to the point, man. You walked up to somebody and kissed them, and they were like, "You're out for the next 9 games."
We saw somebody get hit in the
South
butt.
Carolina. That was Colgate. I thought the logo was Colgate behind me. Yeah, one of our guys got targeted for targeting in the butt. Yeah, so the Ventrell Miller one a couple years ago, or FSU, we played them on Friday night, which we're going to talk about here in just a minute as well too. That was what really kind of set the tone of like we have gotten soft. And look, I want these guys to get protected. I mean, you can tell when it's like egregious targeting and when it's just a hit.
Yeah,
like and I think that's what they're probably hopefully figuring out of like, hey, like if you line up and you just whap somebody because it's a hard hit doesn't mean it's targeting. We got to a point where it's like if somebody just laid a really good hit, it was immediately targeting.
Yep,
and you lost the. I mean. Yeah, bro, you remember sitting in your bed when you were like in high school watching Here Comes the Boom, those highlight clips of guys just getting absolutely leveled.
Yeah,
like
poor punt
kids
returners.
Right?
Returners.
Well, I mean, some of those kids will never understand what it was like to go like you just want to get fired up before you went to school. Like go watch one of those videos. You know what I mean? Like it would start off with obviously major right hit. Bro, I saw on Twitter, I don't know who it was. I think it was Blue Orange Gator. It showed the clip of major right leveling the Oklahoma kid. Right,
Mm-hmm.
And it was like John Summerall. Anytime a 5-star commits to Florida,
yeah, yeah, they're coming fresh with some CTE when you commit to Florida because you're gonna get double. You're gonna get a nasty double.
You're getting cooked.
Yeah, he was trying to lay the hit stick like he was having a flashback.
Yeah, there's a lot of Miami fans in here today. They've been in hiding for like 2 weeks, and now
probably because he was on the graphic. Yeah, he was on the graphic. Yeah. Well, and shit, their podcasters aren't doing anything right now. I mean, they're still laying in bed. Yeah, so they are trying to get rid of the ejection, which I think is big because I think the fighting is good. Like you throw punches, you should be ejected. Like there's some things that ejection is worth the call for. A bang bang play, and now you're not only getting ejected, but if you get injected with
Are you saying injected or ejected?
Ejected. Like ejectocito, cuz like in Fast and Furious, he hits the button and the dude flies out.
Say it again.
No, ejected. So, golly.
It sounds weird. It sounds weird.
I think that well, the problem was that you start the third quarter on kickoff or kick return and you get hit with one of those. Now you're not only out that game, but you're out the next game for a half. And it was too ticky tacky to
spitting's worth ejected. Yeah, that's different. That's different world.
Yeah.
I'm talking about just playing football.
Yeah. I think that the rule needs to be looked at. I think that it needs to be tamed down also, and I think they need to get rid of the ejection part.
Injection or ejection?
It's going to be ejection all over your stepmom if you don't stop.
Oh man, I love it. What have we argued about in this damn chat? My goodness.
Too many Miami fans.
Are we talking about the home stadium situation? Is the Swamp that nice? I mean, I think it's pretty damn nice, but I'm biased. For me, it's the history of the Swamp that. I mean, I like the oldness of. I mean, the Swamp. Like you walk in there, like it's just concrete. Like it's not like you're walking into the damn,
Taj Mahal,
Jerry Jones Stadium-esque. No, not at all. It's not. It's not what I'm going there for.
Yeah,
like I don't.
There ain't no reason to. There ain't no reason
to watch
sit.
football and get rowdy. I don't. Like, I'm not there to sit there and sip my wine and watch football. Like I don't give a damn.
There's a spot for that in the Swamp. It's in the box seats, up top. So when I go to the Champions Club, like I'm up there and like it's just the class people, like great people, but I'm ready to get rowdy. Like this isn't where I'm here to talk. Like I love like just put me right in the midst of it. Like I just want to be on the bleachers. Sideline?
Wouldn't mind a cushy seat. I'm getting old. Butt gets a little tough. I don't
what about
like being
sideline
close.
spot?
I don't like being close. Sideline was cool for the spring game. For a game, you have no idea what's going on with the sideline. you ain't got a clue. When I watched the spring game, like, it was sick being down there, and I would love to go down there again for the spring game. But for a game, like an important game, I mean, am I going to say no to sit on the sideline? Hell no. But it's just, I mean, hard to see. Election or ejection?
Election or ejection? Injection.
Chet is on fire.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yep.
It smells like bitch up in here. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, these guys are Miami fans in here just.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. I'm here to educate all the cultural fans more from after 1985 who are old enough to have witnessed Miami's dominance over college football from 1980 to 2009. Okay, hold on. I'm here to educate the brainwash after 1995 who aren't old enough to have witnessed Miami's dominance over college football. 1980, you're probably right. But to 2009 dominance?
Yeah.
In that time period, what are we talking about? From 2001 to 2009, Miami was a thing of the past.
Florida has 2 national championships in 06 and 08.
Time period. Yeah. So that's a weird one there, but
thank you.
That's also a long time ago, bud. Like from Florida too. But yeah, congrats. Yeah. You guys are good 45 years ago. I'm happy for you. That's awesome. I'm here. I'm glad your boomer ass is in here to educate us. That's great. Yep. I don't know what has to do with you paying $10 million for a quarterback and living in the transfer portal and you having a shitty stadium, but that's also awesome. Those are great things.
They don't have a shitty stadium. They don't have a stadium at all.
No, it's Indiana. It's the Indiana Hoosier Stadium.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for real. They packed that place out.
$5. Thoughts on replacing bowl season with college Pro Bowl, Power 4 Conference All-Stars, 14 breakaway tourneys, host for a week in central location. That would, I think the idea of it is cool, but it's like, if we can't get these cats to play in a bowl game seriously, you think they're gonna go play in these Pro Bowl? I mean, the Pro Bowl in the NFL sucks.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. It's not. They don't even play a real game anymore, do they? It's like flag football or something.
It's flag football. Yeah, I like the skills challenge. That's the only thing that's pretty cool to me. Yeah, Dave's got these boys in a blender right now.
Yeah, Dave does what Dave does best. Troll my
Bro, that was crazy. Let me tell you about Yale and Harvard. Yeah. Oh man. Look, I'm not ignorant to know that Miami has done some things well. I mean, obviously they just played for a national championship, so I'm not gonna be completely ignorant to the fact of what they've been able to accomplish. But you still lost. I think it was embarrassing. You had three fans there, and you won a couple of. I mean. The weird thing is because the playoff games are like bowl games now. So like, oh, we want a New Year's Six bowl game. It's like, you want a playoff game, which is awesome. And kind of whatever you want, but end of the day, you lost. Goals win championships. Yep. You ain't got to win. So, look, you guys doing good things. I think spending $10 million on quarterbacks healthy. I think it's good. I still think that there is a way of doing it. And I was trying to give credit, but the only Miami fan that I can talk to is Chi-Town. The rest of them are just absolutely insane.
I don't even know if 3 fans showed up. I think 2 of them were only.
I was thoroughly. I mean, I was shocked. Like I know I've always given. I mean, the reason I was shocked was like, okay, like if there's a time Miami that you guys show up and the whole excuse of like, well, the stadium is far away from the school. The students can't travel. No, that's. The school
had traveled 14 hours.
Like, what are we talking about? I was thoroughly shocked. I was.
There's
for
still
as much crap as you guys run your mouths on. I mean, look at you're here right now. I bet every single Miami fan running their mouth in here probably didn't even go to the game.
Yeah,
it was literally in your backyard.
Yeah. The funniest thing is they still have that train horn going. You know what I mean? Every time Indiana scored a touchdown, they do the train horn. It's like they're still listening to that. Like they still have nightmares about it because it kept ringing so much.
There isn't a college football team that if they would have had the here we go. If they would have had the game in their hometown, it wouldn't have looked like that. So now, this guy says these idiots don't know how college football tickets work. You're right. They sold 90% of the tickets to Indiana fans.
Yeah.
And not to Miami. Yeah, that's right. That's my fault. That's my bad. They wanted it full of red. That's my fault. I should have known that.
You know, sometimes it just means
you to have the 80,
sometimes
90.
It just means
it
more.
It wasn't even 50-50, bro.
No. It was 90-10. No,
Yeah,
it was
no, my bad,
95-5.
My bad.
Yeah.
That's my bad. I should have known, because when the championship was in Atlanta, you're right. It wasn't 80% Georgia. That's on me, dog. I'll be better. I'll make sure I do my due diligence next time and make sure I research how tickets are sold next time. That's my fault.
Yeah.
That's my fault. Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. Man. Good show. Banger as always. We'll see you guys later tonight.
Best
I'm
day
sure
of the week.
Dave will be fired up. Air Summerall shirt. Great looking shirt. Keep after it. Y'all be good. Happy Wednesday. Stay safe. Stay warm. Do all the good stuff. Smash it, like it. Spin it around. Spit on it. Peace and love, baby.
It's Hot Top Sports where the takes don't miss. The prof with the stats, the champ with the fist. Water bringing fire, cowboy tie riding bold. Bulls calling bets, watch the stories unfold. And it's truly eyebrows running the show. It's Hot Top Sports, baby. Let's get it, let's go.